Well, we're a quarter of the way through the season. We have 4 teams that are still winless with no wins still after 4 weeks, and then we have 5 teams that are still perfect. Do you think any 5 of those teams could have a perfect season this year?
No.
I agree.
Do you think any of the 4 teams can have a winless season this year?
Yes, I do. Yes,
Jaguars. I think the Bucs are a close second.
Let's go ahead and hit that first game Thursday night, 49ers-Rams.
Yes.
We kind of knew how this one was going to play out.
It was a statement game. We had to let people know we're in it.
After that loss at home versus Indy in Week 3, I really think the 49ers need to come out and show that they were a playoff potential team. I don't really know if beating
they got
the
back
Rams,
to running the ball. That's what it was. Running the ball.
Next, we got the Ravens and the Bills, an upset here.
Yes.
The
Bills, I did not see this.
I didn't either. I didn't. Obvious from my 5 picks that I got right this week.
That was not one of them.
It was not one of them. Bills come out with a 3-point win in this. What do you take away from this Flacco?
Flacco, 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
Was it the Bills' defense or Flacco
threw
being
the ball
stupid?
50 times, I believe. That's not a recipe to win.
When you have Ray Rice in the backfield.
Absolutely. You need a little balance in that. Yeah, Bills come away, big win at home for them.
Yes, that is a big win.
Next one we got Bengal Browns.
And the Browns.
Browns
Super Bowl. I'm calling it right now. It's not going to happen.
End of the show.
The Browns are looking better and better. Come to find out, the 2 problems on the team was the quarterback and Trent Richardson.
The 2 problems on the team apparently were their 2 best players. I don't understand. I've never seen a team get rid of their 2 best players
and then start winning.
Yeah, and beat a team in the Bengals who some people had in the Super Bowl this year. Yeah, and a lot of people had that. I've seen a lot of people have the Bengals in the Super Bowl this year. They have a really formidable defense and a decent offense.
No, 6 points says no.
Just wait for the Bengals at the end of the year.
Okay.
Bears and Lions. This was just a slugfest. 72 combined points scored on this. The Lions. This is 3 upsets in a row, really, in my opinion.
With Nate Burleson going down for who knows how long in that car wreck, broke his arm in 2 places. I was like, "There's no way this team can put up points." So that's taken down. He was the leading receiver going into the week.
Yeah.
And they said, "Let's just give the ball to Bush."
They went. They invited the Cowboys. They invited the Bears. Pardon me.
The lose-less Bears.
Yes. Coming in and really sticking it to that defense, who the past year and a half has been one of the top 5 defenses in the league. The Lions look terrific. I see them building off of this win.
That's going to be a tough division.
Yeah, that is. That's going to be a very competitive, fun division to watch for the rest of the year. Giants and Chiefs.
A team with no wins going against a team with no losers.
Yeah,
and it stayed like it.
You have 2 of the extremes in this. Giants who have looked atrocious. Eli Manning leads the league in interceptions.
69-7. They've been outscored the last 2 games.
They have just been destroyed. Andy Reid and that defense, the Chiefs, Alex Smith, they're looking really good, really formidable.
The Giants are garbage.
Early
69-7. They've been outscored the last 2 weeks.
Giants aren't going to make the playoffs. I mean, we can pretty much assume that now. Giants aren't going to make the playoffs.
Are they going to win a game?
Do you think the Chiefs are a legitimate playoff threat?
They've beat some decent teams this year.
They have. That defenses look good. Alex Smith is a proven winner in the playoffs. And Andy Reid knows what to do with a young quarterback. He knows how to develop.
I wouldn't call him young.
Well, younger.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's no McNabb.
No. But Andy Reid knows how to develop quarterbacks. Do you see them as a viable playoff option?
Yes. And to be honest with you, I could see them winning one of the 2 games against Denver this year.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I would completely agree with that. Next, we got the game over in the pond from Jolly Old England.
And Big Ben?
And it was a good game. It was a good game between 2 crappy teams. Vikings came away with the win, 34.
2 winless teams going into the game.
Vikings came away with it 34-27. It was a really competitive game up until the end. But it was against 2 teams that really didn't have that much to play for. Neither one of these teams, in my opinion, is going to make the playoffs. Both are in
Peterson's getting it going, though.
Yeah.
And Castle's
and
now...
Castle came in and led the team to victory. I mean, that's 2 quarterbacks we've talked about. Brian Hoyer with the Browns and Matt Castle with the Minnesota Vikings.
Come off the bench and win games.
Come off the bench and lead their teams to victories. Yeah, starting quarterbacks might have been
Speaking of coming off the bench to play a game, the Bucs.
The Bucs.
Next game.
Benched Josh Smith. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out... Yeah, sorry. What did I say?
You said Josh Smith.
Josh Smith.
Freeman.
Josh Freeman.
Okay.
Pardon me.
It's okay. I mean, he's no good.
It didn't work out for the Bucs as well as it did the Browns and the Minnesota Vikings. The Bucs they're right there. Every game, they're right there. They're right on the precipice of winning a game.
Their defense stops teams. Their offense can't score.
And they're talking about getting rid of Josh Freeman. What if you were a GM? What honestly would you give up or trade for Josh Freeman?
I'd give a 7th-round pick for him.
You know what? If I was the Denver Broncos, you know what I'd give for him? One signed football from Peyton Manning.
Why would you? Right? It'd be worth it. But why would you want him in Denver? I think Jacksonville could actually benefit from him being on the team.
Jacksonville could.
From you being on the team. You could
really,
be the quarterback.
Really, Jacksonville could sign any free agent right now, and they would be substantially
Obviously,
better.
they don't want Tebow.
I think they're tanking for Clowney, in my opinion, but we'll see. Next game we got, Clowney's pretty good, man.
I mean, he's good, but they don't need a defense. They need an offensive guy.
I agree. And speak of the devil, we got the Colts and the Jaguars. The Colts just put it on the Jags, 37-3. You kind of see this coming. Jaguars just look. They don't even look in the same division as any other NFL team this year. And it really does start with the quarterback position.
Before the game, the Jaguars coach, he tried to give him intuition to win. Mm-hmm. He says, if we can keep this within 20 points, I'm taking y'all out for ice cream.
Within 20 points.
Yeah, they didn't get no ice cream after the game.
How awful is that? You're a professional doing a job out there, and your coach just wants you to keep it within 20 points.
No ice cream.
I mean, a 3-score game, how embarrassing does it have to be a Jacksonville Jaguars player?
Ask them next week when they play the Broncos.
Oh, that's
not this coming week. Talking about next week.
Week 6, yeah. Yes. I feel bad for them. That's awful.
I feel bad for them every week.
Seahawks and Texans. This was a terrific game that the Texans should have won.
As a 49er fan, I was really upset at Matt Schaub, and then I remembered why the Falcons.
As someone who picked the Texans, I was really mad at the Seahawks and Matt Schaub.
I wasn't mad at the Seahawks.
They won.
I mean, yeah, I guess so, yeah.
But yeah, Matt Schaub really threw us away.
3 games in a row, he threw a pick 6.
No. I think the thing that Houston fans have to take away from this is Arian Foster got the load of the carries.
Beast mode.
Yeah. He got the load of the carries, and it looks like the platoon they had with Ben Tate and Arian Foster might be going away, which is not good for me because I have Ben Tate on my fantasy team. But for Houston Texans fans, that's a good sign that Arian Foster is healthy, and they are giving him the majority of the carries is what you want to do with your premier back.
I'm not understanding why they didn't just try to keep running the ball. That was a stupid pass that ended up losing the game for them.
I agree. Their running game was really clicking, really going.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. Next, we go to the Jets and the Titans. Jets just look like a horrible team. I mean,
one week they'll be decent, next week they'll suck.
Geno Smith, I mean, what's he throw? 3-4 interceptions in this game. I mean,
fumbled the ball twice.
Yeah, just looked atrocious. Just week after week.
And the Titans look decent.
The Titans do look very good. The Titans
Hasselbeck has the Locker's actually out. They said for at least 4 weeks.
Yeah, and they have a really good run, pass balanced offense, and that defense has looked pretty good this year so far. They're a team to be reckoned with. They're in the AFC South
is looking to be competitive.
Yeah,
Colts,
very competitive.
Texans,
and I mean,
now the Titans.
It seems like across the board this year, every division, whether it's crappy teams against crappy teams or good teams against good teams, it's really competitive. I mean, I know we're 4 weeks into the season, but every division looks like it's
going to be a 1-2 race, at least.
Titans do end up pulling away from them 38-13. We had some big splits this weekend. We had some really big splits.
Speaking of big splits,
the Eagles and the Broncos played to a high school score. The Broncos put up a 52 spot on the Eagles.
20.
20.
Eagles 20.
Yeah, 52-20. How does the Eagles' offense look in this 4th week?
Tired. They're tired. Chip Kelly's offense is not going to work in the NFL.
No,
not going to work in the NFL.
I thought that I saw that first game and I was like, this is impressive, but can they keep this up for a 16-game season?
Did Vic get hurt at the end of the game? Is that why they took him out?
I'm not sure if he got hurt
or they just said this game's over.
I don't think that
Foles came in.
Yeah, I don't think that the athletes are that much more in shape. It's the cream of the crop, dude.
Yeah, they're older.
The NFL is the cream of the crop. It's the best athletes that you can get from every position. And just because you have a new fast-paced offense that's going to bring this and that and all these bells and whistles.
Yeah, you can't have an offense that you ran in college with a bunch of young guys coming to the NFL.
And in college, you can run an offense that's subpar.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
defenses suck.
Well, yeah, exactly, because you're probably playing subpar talent, and Chip Kelly he went to Oregon and had better athletes than everybody he played. And it's just not going to work.
And Oregon looks good this year, too, without Chip Kelly. He was not the answer, and it was the team.
Redskins get their first win on the road against the Oakland Raiders. I really thought the Raiders were going to pull this one out.
Do you think Pryor not starting might have hurt them?
Yeah, I do. I mean, Breyer and the Raiders have looked good every time
he did
started
not play
this year.
and they did not
Because of concussion. I don't know how long that symptoms is going to last. Concussion.
I hope he comes back.
It's one of those tricky things. He is supposed to be back for week 5, but we'll see. I've seen concussions take players out for a year and a half, so we'll just see how he affects it. Skins do get their first win though. Think it takes a little pressure off of RG3 and the Kirk Cousins train.
That's how I look at this right here. That was RG3's 4th preseason game. Next game to see how he looks in the regular season.
All right, that's a good way to look at it. That's a very good way to look at it. The next game we can skip.
Talking about the Cowboys and the Chargers?
We can skip that.
Let's not skip that. Let's talk about that. The Chargers have been really, really good this year, and the Cowboys have been
horrible. Yeah,
they're leading their division, so I wouldn't call them horrible.
And that's true. The offense has looked inept. The defense, the secondary, is on schedule to give up more yards this year than they gave up last year. And last year they set a franchise worst record for yards given up in the air. So the secondary looks worse this year. The offense looks discombobulated, not on the same page.
Discombobulated.
The Cowboys are atrocious. They're going to win that division probably just because everybody else in the division sucks. But we're a mediocre team. We're going to make the playoffs, and we're going to get out in the first round. That's it. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Positive Patty.
Yeah.
Speaking of missing the playoffs, we have one team that will probably win their division because they're still undefeated, and one team that will be fighting for a wild card and is already in a must-win situation. We were talking about the Patriots and Falcons game. Falcons made it a good game at the end. They were in it to win it, but I think the red zone
offense looked completely atrocious for the Falcons.
No running game equals no points in the red zone.
Agreed. Steven Jackson out, and they just have no answer at the running game. They have no balance.
They got to draft a running back this year.
They need a lot. They need a lot of stuff.
Defense and a running back.
And it's mostly defensive. They're set at the skill position. But Patriots 4-0. Tom Brady is making it work with
rookies,
elbow grease and duct tape in the wide receiver core. Hopefully,
Dotson went out.
Yeah, Dotson went out, and I mean, they just keep putting up points. Vince Wilfork is out too as well for the defense, and that's a big blow to him.
And Falcon fans get a boo because they were booing when he went down with the injury.
Falcons fans are some of the worst fans in the NFL. Atlanta fans in general are horrible fans.
I mean, talk about Braves.
Hey, Braves fans are bad. I'm a huge Braves fan.
You're bad.
Braves fans are awful.
Don't talk about the Braves.
Atlanta fans in general.
Don't talk about the Braves.
Did you see the
fans and the Saints had a game Monday night. We're not talking about the Braves fans here. I refuse to talk about that.
Fins and the Saints. That was a pretty competitive game.
In the first half.
Yeah. And the Saints showed their superiority, man. Darren Sproles just looked terrific in the first half.
And are the Dolphins going to be a contender still?
Yeah,
after that?
I think so. Absolutely think so.
You think that was just a fall off?
I think they're a legit team. I think they played a team at home. It's Monday night in the Dome against the Saints. I mean, this is a team that's it's the Saints that are on a roll from Sean Payton coming back, that offense clicking again. Saints are going to be really good this year, and I think that's just one of the bumps in the road for Miami.
They're going to win the NFC South.
Yeah, I think they are. That wraps up the recap for Week 4. Stay tuned, and we have the preview for Week 5. We have a special guest. We don't have a special guest, but our normal quarterback, Billy Lindahl, will be back. Thanks for watching, guys.
$5 foot long.
$5 foot long.